Guys, I have the Patton tank. This is the M48A3 version of the Patton tank. These are for Flames of War for the Vietnam expansion to the game. These didn't come out till early '63, and there was lots of them produced and there was lots of them sold. Turkey, Greece, Iran, Morocco, Israel, they've all got hundreds of them. Basically, every time a tanker of oil left Iran, on the way back, you got a free Patton tank. It's like one of them little things you get at the garage. Fill your car up and get a free set of dice for your mirror. You got a free Patton tank on the way back. I know how they got there, guys, but that's my explanation. But they are a good, solid tank. I believe it was a 95mm gun. You might have to correct me on that. They came with, and some of the later ones got bigger guns, obviously, because you always build a tank and then with a little gun. Comes in your little box like this, obviously. See if we can get her open. Yeah. In here we have two Patton tanks and we have all our metalwork to go with them. Here is your base body for your tank, and here's your turret. I'm preferring these turrets. Nice, big, heavy. This was the style of the day. This was the fashion in tank building post-war. But nice looking big thing. You get two of these, obviously. I'll show you the other one, but I could have just showed you the same one again because they're exactly the same. Then we get all our metal work. We get our tracks. Now guys, these are good, huge, heavy looking tracks. These, for me, I know some of the Second World War tanks, the tracks just looked a little bit flimsy. These look more as if in the day you could have taken a hit on the tracks. Maybe not necessarily from a main gun, from another big 50-70mm gun, but from a reasonable sized weapon, and your tracks not be disabled, because that was always a classic way. Break a track on a tank, the tank's immobile, becomes a very, very tasty target. Here we have our gun. 90mm gun, is it? Have I remembered this? Our gun that goes on our tank, and you're starting to get this classic sort of look at the end of the gun, the way it's set out at the end of the gun. But again, looks well. The main gun, you have your guns, you have the rest of your tracks in here, you have your hatch for the top of the tank, and you have some of our other little accessories that goes on the tank. You always get these guys, and I know we all like to do this. Well, with our machine gun, where is it? There, that you can fit on the top of your tank. But you always get these guys. I know they're meant to be commanders, but for me, they're the guys that stick their head out of a perfectly good armoured vehicle. I know, yeah, there is reasons. It's going to be hot in there, and you want a bit of air, and you want to look out, and you get a better view and all that there. But in a battle, as generally what I find is we don't drive our tanks up the street to our mate's house to go in the house to have a battle. You're in a battle as soon as you're in a tank in game. So I don't like guys' heads sticking out, but whenever I do go to build them, and it's slightly easier, sometimes we do get guys' heads sticking out. Here we have some of our other hatches as well. But guys, I'm going to go and build our Patton tank, obviously named after General Patton, who was a bit nuts, maybe, or a bit genius, mercurial genius in battle. He did march across France and did really well. Never eventually got there, but I'm going to go build our Patton tanks before I get carried away, and we'll see you in the second half of this. Guys, here I have my Patton tank, or should I call it George Smith Patton tank built. It goes together easy, guys. If you built any Flames of War stuff, this is about as handy as Flames of War stuff gets. There's no huge issues apart from them Polish tankettes. They're the simplest thing you could ever build, two pieces. But yes, the Patton tank goes together easy. It's got his big 90mm gun and his big searchlight in the front of it. Guy on top with a machine gun, machine gunning Charlie as he goes through the jungle, or he could be machine gunning Eddie, who knows. But It is a cool big tank. I really like big, fat tracks. I don't know what it is with this compared to some of the other stuff, but this seems to have huge, big, fat tracks that will just squish foxholes and rabbit warrens and whatever. But yeah, stuck this guy on top. You can also stick a guy in this hatch, but I think one guy sticking his head out of a perfectly good tank is enough. The thing is, if you're fighting that sort of war where the other dudes only have got like machine guns and things and whatnot, if you turn up in a tank, it's just great. You can't fail if you're in a tank and the other guy's got a pistol. You can have a duel. He can hit you a million times. You even glance him once, he's fish-paced. He's sleeping with the fishes, like, look at Brad's eye. It's just great to be in a tank. So if the other guy hasn't got a bigger tank, it's even better. But yeah, guys, I like my tanks. This is a cool tank. It's a Patton tank. Perhaps you may still even drive a Patton tank because there's loads of them about. I was up the market the other day and some guy offered to sell me one. So stick in your comments, guys. Have you got a tank? Do you know somebody that drove one of these tanks? Did they get to squish anybody in it? Stick your comments in below and I'll get on to the next one, guys.